Hello YouTube, Zero here, and I'm coming to you guys with a deck profile. Now, we didn't make it to 30 likes on the Lightsworn deck profile. That's okay. We're at 28, I'm sure it'll hit 30 at some point, and I didn't really feel like making you guys wait any longer because you got me there so quickly. So without further ado, you guys can know what deck profile is coming up. It is going to be Wind-Ups. Now, before I get started, I just want to say that everyone thought this deck was going to be dead after the ban list. I mean, Zen Mighty was huge because Zen Mighty would grab you the Magician from the deck, and then you would start going off with the Sharks. Sorry guys, I'm a little sick. But the deck didn't really lose a whole lot of synergy. I mean, yes, we did lose 2 Magicians, but that's really it. It's still the exact same deck. We still have 3 Factory, and I still think this is one of the best decks, if not the best deck in the format, at least until we get all that crappy new support in May, which is going to wreck the game until September, which is unfortunate. It's literally going to be Evil Swarms, Prophecy, which is going to be probably Tier 1, Tier 0 in there somewhere, and Fire Fists, obviously. So we'll see what happens, but for now, I'm going to be playing Wind-Ups a lot. I've been testing Samurai. I was going to be taking Samurai to the local tournament this weekend. And I still might. I haven't really decided between this and Samurai, but Samurai hasn't been testing as well. It's just one of those decks where you have to draw well. This deck is so good because it's got one of the best toolbox cards in the game, and that's Wind-Up Factory. Wind-Up Factory is extremely powerful. It's extremely effective, and you can just literally search out your entire deck within a matter of 2-3 turns if you have the right hand. So obviously not your entire deck, but you get what I'm saying. So the deck's just really good. I mean, I've never played Wind-Ups before, but it reminds me a lot of Plants, where it has out to pretty much any situation. It's good at making rank 3s, rank 4s, especially Shockmaster. You can still make Shockmaster easy in this deck, and of course rank 5s. And now with the recent release of Volcasaurus, which is number 61, the deck has even more powerful cards in it. So I really like this deck right now. It's testing really well. It's got a good matchup generally against everything. Depending on how good your opponent opens and how good you open. But I mean, one of the best cards in the game right now is Wind-Up Rabbit, and I'm just going to quickly talk about this because he is my first card. I'm going to start off the deck profile right here. Triple Wind-Up Rabbit. Now, why is he one of the best cards in the game right now? There's only 1 Warning, and there's only 1 Judgment. So that's 2 cards that can negate his summon. Now, of course, there's Logia. That can negate his summon as well. And there's Dolka, which can negate his effect. But the reason this guy's so good right now is there's going to be a lot more decks, meaning 1 Fiendish Chain, 2 Deep Prison, and 3 other things, Torrential, etc, etc, etc. Now, this guy just gets around it. You summon him, they try and Compulsory it or whatever. That's awful, but I'm just using an example. You can just, you activate his effect, target himself, and he banishes. Another thing that's amazing about us, he can obviously target another Wind-Up, so you can keep recycling Rat. And then when this guy dies, use the Rat, comes back out in attack position, and brings him right back. Another cool thing, obviously, about Rabbit, you guys, I'm sure know, is that he doesn't special summon when he comes back. It's just a banish. So he reminds me a lot of Drill Warrior, where when you'd bring Drill Warrior out from his remove from play effect, they could not Bottomless Trap hole him because the last thing to happen was him adding that card back to your hand. So, yes, you have to run 3 Wind-Up Rabbit. It is the heart and soul of the deck. It's basically the centipede compared to INZEKTORs, if you will. 3 Wind-Up Rat, he's basically just your Debris Dragon. You basically just summon him, get a free XYZ out of it. There's lots of cool plays you can do. And yeah, I like Rat a lot. He's good. Next up, obviously, is your 3 Shark. It's 3 Shark. I'm not gonna say anything about that. A lot of people are saying, why didn't Konami hit that card in the ban list? I'm actually kind of thinking, you know what? I think they're kind of right. Why didn't they hit it? But honestly, the problem card was Magician. You do need to search this out now with Factory, which is pretty easy to do. But basically, you just get the Magician Shark combo, and you special, and you can make, Magician Shark still equals a Shockmaster, which is pretty powerful. So, just gets all your plays off of him and all your crazy combos. I'm not running Summoner Monk in this build. Sorry guys, sorry. Not feeling well, like I said. Mainly because it's inconsistent. It's very inconsistent. And the only good thing it really grabs from the grave or the deck is the Summoner Monk. I mean, you can grab Warrior, you can grab Shark, and make a 4. but it's really not that great, and you go -1 off of it. So I just felt they were wasted space. I was top decking them a lot and thinking this is awful, or drawing like 2 of them, or just, I mean, like maybe 1 as a tech would be kind of cool, but I really don't think it's necessary. So next up is the 2 warrior windups. We got windup warrior and windup soldier. Normally people are running 2 warriors. I like 2 warrior, I think he's good, but the reason I decided to run 1 soldier was 1, he goes up to 2200 beats, which is good. And 2, you can get over Thunder King Ryo, which doesn't really hurt the deck all too much now. It's only at 2, but it's still there, especially if you have a factory hand, and you know, at least we can run over him. The reason that warrior is a better card in the XYZ plays, obviously 1, he gets around Bottomless Trapple, you can't Bottomless Trapple him, and 2, he can target any windup. So you summon him, and then you're going to target like Rat or something, make it a 4, and then make a rank 4 play. Both these guys can also go up to level 5, so you can do rank 5s really easily, which is also good. Now the reason you do run both of these is for the fact that we still have 1 card in the deck, MX Saber Invoker, and that card literally just replaced Windup Zen Mighty. It's the exact same thing. You just go Invoker for one of these dudes, usually Warrior, and then you start going off with Shark and all that fun jazz. So it's still all there. All the plays are still essentially the same. We just lost a teeny bit of consistency, and we lost our boss monster, if you will. So sorry for talking so much, guys. Next up is 2 Tour Guide. Reason being is a lot of people think this card's bad. I think it's actually still good, and the fact that 1 Tour Guide is going to equal an Invoker, which is going to, you know, this card basically plus a Shark is going to equal 2 good XYZs on the field, or possibly a Shockmaster play or something. And with a factory on field, it's even better. So it's just a good card. I still like Tour Guide, and you know, the fact that you draw both, you can still go Tour Guide in your hand. It's not good, but it's not bad. I mean, it's better than drawing 2 Summoner Monks. So that's the monster lineup, guys. 14 cards. I was running Thunder Kings in here in the main event originally, but I thought it was awful. You would just like draw it in a rabbit, and you're like, why would I want to summon Thunder King instead of a rabbit? And it just wasn't testing well. So on to spells. We got 3 Windup Factory. This is once again the best toolbox card in the game. It's amazing. Your opponent activates something to it, you just activate Rabbit, Banish, and then you get a Search, like stuff like that. It's just so good. You can use it during your opponent's turn, which is retarded, so you get 2 rabbits like simultaneously, one on their turn, one on your turn, one on their turn, one on your turn, and you're just like, oh, it's just so stupid. You can just search out your entire deck so quickly. Mainly though, you're just going to be using it to search out a Shark and a Magician, so you can just start going off. If you get a Shark, 2 Magicians in your hand, it's usually game if you have the right setup. So 2 Tenki, I like Tenki a lot in here. Even though I'm running 2 and I'm not running like Bearer or any of that other Fire Fist crap, I like the 2 Tenkis just because you want to get to Rabbit as soon as possible. It's just a good card. I mean, it makes Rabbit as well 1500, which isn't bad, so, you know, anything that helps. It's just consistency. 2 Pot of Duality. I wasn't running these originally, but I decided to put them in. It's just too good opening with Rabbit and then Duality into a Factory, which happens a lot more than you would think, so Duality's there just for consistency. Just 2 MSTs. I think now that windups can't OTK as easily, I think that you gotta kind of play it as more of a control deck now, and I think 3 MSTs is just too much. I don't know, I just prefer siding the 3rd one for those matchups that run a lot of back rows. The 1 Storm, 1 Pot of Avarice, so busted in here, Monster Reborn, and dropping stuff, Dark Hole obviously. So that's it for spells. On to traps, big trap lineup, but like once again, you really just do rabbit beats now until you can, you know, do your combos. So 2 Fiendish Chain. This will quickly become the card of the format. This thing is incredible. It's good versus Water. It's good versus Fire Fist. It's good versus generally every deck, except maybe Dino Rabbit. It doesn't really do a whole lot against. I mean, I guess you could Fiendish Chain Dolka, but you know, nothing too special. Usually they're just going to lance it, but it's just so good at 2. I think 3 is too many, but 2 is just that perfect number, and it's testing really, really well. I was originally running the 3rd MST in a book instead of the 2 Fiendish Chains, but the 3rd MST was dead drawing a lot, and I really like Book of Moon in this format, but I just decided Fiendish Chain was a better card. 2 Deep Prison, just removal. It's really good in this deck. It's just a really good card all around. Torrential Tribute is amazing in here, just for the fact that you can obviously go Torrential, and then use Rabbit's effect, to banish himself, and then the Torrential still goes off and you don't lose your monster. So basically like a floater. 2 Bottomless, you know, obviously we lost Warning, so this card's even more important than it used to be. 1 Warning, 1 Judgment, Now in my build, I'm running Starlight Road. Not a lot of people run Starlight Road, but I just felt like it's necessary because a lot of times I'm going to have like a trap, a Tenki, and a factory, or like 2 factories, and then like they storm me, it sucks. Obviously Mirror Force can hurt me as well. Not as many people are running Mirror Force, but Torrential Tribute can really hurt too, and that card is at 2 obviously. So I'm really liking the Starlight Road, and it's actually testing really well. So, you know, just that feeling of protection as well can just feel a lot better. Sometimes I wish it was a second Mirror Force, but most of the time I'm glad I have it. 1 Compulsory. 1's really all you need now, 2's too many. I think 1's just like that nice little tech number. And the 1 Mirror Force, I'm trying to cut down on cards that can be Starlight Roaded. And this card's really not as good as it used to be. It's just kind of that surprise factor of having the 1 Mirror Force. So that's the deck, guys. It's 40 cards. I'm not going to show the extra deck because it's just typical lineups. I can probably go through it quickly, but I mean, really, you just, excuse me, lost the Zen Mighty and threw in MX Saber Invoker. So pretty much the exact same thing. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the deck profile. If you have any comments about it, please feel free to post down below. Other than that, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and you guys all have a fantastic evening. I know some people have been requesting my INZEKTOR deck profile for this format, so if we can get this video to 30 likes, I will have my INZEKTOR deck profile up for you guys shortly thereafter. So anyways, thanks again for watching. Peace.